Introducing first, making his way to the red corner, this is Chad, the Shark Collins. And his opponent making his way to the blue corner, ladies and gentlemen, this is Jordan Rhys. Give it up for Rhys Lightning.
Jumping in on 48 hours notice.
Against one of the best light to
Centre ring.
Yes. Those pants riding up. Well, look at him. He's already trying to cause trouble. And
Super fit, back home, loving being home. Chad Collins.
Collins in the red shorts. Lightning in the blue, taking this fight on virtually no notice. And worth being said as well, has not been an active fighter for many years.
No, and when he was, extremely tough.
Yes.
Very, very tough customer.
And would just get out of the way of stuff with hands down, like really loose, you know, like he was a entertainer always.
Yeah, he'll have to have his wits about him, Chad. He can pull a Hail Mary out. Not afraid to throw anything. Rhys Lightning. Spinning kicks, spinning back fists, elbows, you name it.
Five-finger death punch. He'll bring it all. Collins as well for him. It's a really weird situation. I mean, he's spent years now fighting people who are at the top of their game and having to be incredibly switched on for those microseconds. And now it must be ever so tempting to just think to yourself, I've got this.
Yeah, and you know, changing opponents constantly, you know, having a fight, having not a fight. Like I said to you before, Bex, it was raining. The show was going to get called off earlier. You know, all these things play on people's minds. And the thing with Chad is he's got to get out there and fight whoever's in front of him. And tonight it's Rhys Lightning.
Absolutely. A little bit slippery, that surface. Chad just really sussing things out. That jab's been finding a home quite easily, and really Rhys hasn't been able to do much so far. One of the big things, Dane, that you pointed out earlier on in the broadcast was shin conditioning and leg conditioning. Never mind the guts and whatever for Rhys. I mean, he's not going to, you know, he's going to feel this.
Yeah, you know, I couldn't imagine anything worse. Get kicked in the leg and not having some like training behind you, running behind you. So, you know, he's going to be sore tomorrow, but he's also just taking it slow here, Rhys. He's not running out the gate, run out of gas early.
It's caused for a much looser start for Chad than usual, which provides that opportunity. It'd usually be shut up shop and just cracking low and hard early on from the Shark.
Stiff jab there from Chad as he goes up high.
He's had a couple of slips already on that surface.
Big shout out to Oz Muay Thai on Instagram, throwing out some really good content, keeping everyone updated with Australian past and present.
I will throw them a like. Fight HQ, the
Blow some cobwebs out, I guess. If you watch the replay, a nice high left kick from Collins, and again, just wearing it on the arm.
Rhys, it's funny, just shrugs it off, but he did wear them. You can see there's the reverse angle of it. Doubled up, see that? Love it, classic. You would have seen that, Miguel. And now we are where we are. Dane Daddy Cool alongside me, Bex Tui, as we go into centre ring for the second of 5, with Collins going high early and then lightning to the body, Dane.
Yeah, nice quick kick again there from Collins. And high guard from Rhys Lightning.
Just got reminded to keep it super high with a little left hook from Chad. That old block after you've been hit. It's always effective, isn't it? Still looking nice and measured, Rhys. He understands he doesn't have a massive petrol tank. You can't go work rate. And again, for Chad, this is just so foreign, you would have to think.
Yeah, he's just happy to get a fight, Chad Collins. And Rhys making him think.
They tie up. Still laughing, Rhys. Still laughing. Such a legend.
Yeah, he doesn't want to end up in a clinch comp with Chad Collins. Not only for his own sort of fitness reasons, but Chad's been mixing it up. We've seen a nice uppercut there.
As I said, Pacorn, who one of the best clinches of the last, decade at least. Nice right hand from Rhys. His hands certainly haven't gotten any slower in the last few years. Now he's starting to breathe a little. Welting underneath that left elbow. Collins will be working that body with kicks and punches both sides.
Just super quick from Collins. High and low combos. We see Rhys jab down to the body.
So good to have a fighter of the quality of Chad back on Australian shores and be able to watch him in the flesh, Just been watching from afar how well he's been doing overseas and salivating to see him, and to see him wanting to be home and wanting to fight is just so amazing. We just hope, and I know you were kind of saying this before, Dane, that the quality people in his weight range commit to some fights, because that's what's going to keep the quality of fighter here.
Well, tell you get better starters. Like if you've got someone of his caliber locally and you got the opportunity to fight him, then yeah, you should be jumping at it. Test that out. If you win, lose,
you know where you're at.
Yeah, and as long as you learn from it. But yeah, there's no freedoms anymore where we can just bring someone over from New Zealand or quickly grab someone from Thailand. You see Chad just sneaky little elbows in tight.
I mean, you've got a chubby guy with from Brisbane with cornrows, happy to take him on right now. And we're backing him, and he's just starting to become unravelled. And I get the feeling that maybe Collins has thought, I'll give you a round and a half, and then I'm going to start taking you apart.
Yeah. Sales. So watch a replay here.
Yeah, Chad is very sharp, working both sides. I called both sides of that body. You can see the on the left lat there of Rhys. It's just incredibly marked up. I mean, lead uppercuts, beautiful things to see. These different techniques, they're all sharp. It's all just so, it's almost like a surgeon.
Yeah, he's...
Chad Collins looks $1 million. He really does.
And he'll pick up this round, as we see...
Straight away.
We see the alertness of Rhys Lightning coming into round 3, just wearing some big kicks.
Yeah, his legs are going to be sore tomorrow, Rhys. He's had no contact work, and you can see that inner thigh on that left thigh, that inside thigh is absolutely punished. He's had no contact work. I would say, when do you reckon the last time he fought? 5 years at least.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he did a charity in Quandamooka was the last time I saw him.
Who did he fight there? I can't even... was it Stady? No. Anyhow. Besides the point, we've got a fight on in front of us, and a spinning back elbow from Rhys, who cops a cheeky right hand. He can still get the shin up to the neck, though, old Lightning.
He's still got those limber legs, Rhys.
Maybe he's still stretching.
So we see... we should start to see Collins going for the body a lot more.
Some good hands, though, from Rhys. They've been his go-to, and he's walking forward, making life a little bit uncomfortable for Chad. But Chad's been here many times in some pretty big stadiums against big names. He won't let the forward pressure overroar him. I mean, when he's had the likes of Sakmon Cole, etc., pushing up on him.
Nice, sharp little elbows over the top. And Rhys coming forward. Where's one on the way in there? Just corrects his mouth guard. And just quick, sharp, constant movement from Chad Collins.
Just scoring at will. He's a shark, which, to be fair, is what you'd expect. And again, willing courage and toughness is what you'd expect from the other bloke.
Yeah, and that the outside shoulder of Rhys is starting to welt right up, as we just saw Chad kick for it again, slip straight through. Both boys mixing it up with elbows.
Nice right hand from Lightning. Minute to go or under in this third round of 5. He's got the Curtly Ambrose hairdo. The little back tail, and Chad Collins to the body with those kicks is just brutal.
Yeah, just battering his arm and wearing a few punches. Rhys takes another one on that arm.
And absolutely, this could be really telling this last 20 seconds. Elbow from Collins, right to the body from Collins. Jabs and follows up with a high left round kick and left hook. All of those landing. As tough as Rhys is, you've got to ask, where is the end to this?
And Rhys starting to move his head around. He's trying to get Rhys
How do you
down.
call that? He's got him on one leg on it, etc., etc. We see he was working well, hitting to the body, Rhys, but at the end of the day, this fight is over when Chad Collins decides it's over, really.
Yeah, he started strong, as we see him just teeing off with like
That's
one
just
leg.
strength and balance, isn't it? It's just not going to happen, bro. I've already fought Warwick Capper and I got bashed. That was a long time ago. And
Chad switched up in Southport.
That's the expert commentary you pay for, folks. Dane Daddy Cool alongside me, Bex Tui, with 2 rounds to go in this one if it goes the distance. It's Rhys Lightning blue gloves and Chad Collins red gloves, and Collins just showing his class. And as would expect, Rhys showing his balls. Really. He's a tough, tough man.
And a calmer approach here, as you can see from Rhys. He's really trying to think here. Maybe not too much gas in the tank. As you see Chad dive in with the knee.
Also, Chad's just picking him off at will, so there's stopping and thinking, but when you've got a bloke in front of you who can just hit you at will, you probably don't want to stop too often, do you? You've got to keep moving, you've got to have something going in your direction, and for Rhys, it's tough, you know. He's 12 minutes into an aerobic and mental battle that's out of control.
Yeah, and just whipping that left body kick straight up on those arms. Really starting to blacken up that arm for Rhys. Slow down his best weapon. As you see Chad switch it to the body.
There he is. I will applaud that. Loves a bit of Roy Jones Jr. There he goes. He's loving it. Puffs a bit more these days than he did back in the day, but geez, he's wonderful to watch.
He's a showman. The crowd that's still here, gone through the wet weather.
I love that he's showboating with his gloves and he just gets kicked in the head. He just doesn't care. Does not care. A minute to go in this 4th round, folks.
Tough kid, Rhys.
Amazing.
And just quick attacks.
Yeah. Absolutely spent. It's as he pushes forward and proves me wrong, but he's just heaving, and there's no disrespect in that because it's just, there's no other way this can go. That left arm's becoming a passenger, that right arm's becoming a passenger.
Yeah, he's still throwing his own kicks, Rhys. Giving him some chat too.
Calling him on and throws a nice 1-2 combination. The Shark not too worried. Feigns outside thigh kick, follows up with the lead jab from Southport. Starts to get nasty with 9 seconds to go in the round. 5 seconds to go. Just bombs at will. Tricky stuff from Chad Collins. It's beautiful to watch.
Yeah, he's just...
That shouldn't be happening. You know what I mean? Like he just has his body. He's tuned. Absolutely tuned.
We see Rhys loosening up in the 4th round, wearing a few kicks there.
No, his arms aren't loosening up, poor bloke. He's right about now, he's like, I should have taken that commentary kick with that. You got Chad Collins, you know. Brought Benny Marnie back to the fight tonight, back to the Muay Thai, and brings everyone together. Our sport's a wonderful thing, and here we go for round number 5. Teep to the face suggests Collins is going to go a bit harder this round, Dane. 3 of them already in the first 10 seconds, and then goes Rhys.
Teeing off. He wants it.
They elbow dance to the point of exhaustion, at least on Rhys's behalf.
They elbowed their ways out. Both boys starting this 5th round off feisty.
2.5 to go. I mean, for Rhys, here's the other option, is he says, if he gets this right, I went 5 rounds with Chad Collins on 24 hours notice.
Yeah, and he's calling him on in the last round, big fella.
He's not hiding. The Shark is being ever professional, but he's still copping the odd bit of leather. And Rhys has a fire in his eyes. You know, he laughs and smiles a lot, but at the end of the day, he's a determined fighter.
Yeah, and he, you know, copping a bit of backlash for taking the fight. And he just wants to show that he backs his own ability, he backs his own heart, get the job done. He's not out of deep water yet. Just charging him with those knees.
1:45 in this final round. Collins, as you'd expect, has been relatively dominant from a scoring point of view, and Lightning has had a lion's heart in this one. He cops a couple for his trouble, and that did hurt him. You can see the arm drop down on that right-hand side of Rhys. And let's see what the Shark does now. He goes to work, low then high, following up with knees and elbows and another knee. This is a tough place to be if you're Rhys Lightning. A teep to the face on the way out if you don't mind.
Yeah, just over a minute to go, Rhys. In full survival mode. Still firing back though and charging forward.
Tell you what, if you ever struggle doing a minute plank at the gym, just think about the headspace that Rhys Lightning is in right now in terms of survival. You know, he's got a minute to go with a bloke aptly named the Shark, because he doesn't take a backward step and he kills people for a living. Doubling, tripling up, kicks to your bicep, which has already got a hematoma on it. And then when that's not enough, you're copping shots to the head. Toughness.
Yeah, there's no question of his heart, Rhys Lightning. Absolutely battered all over his body.
20 seconds to go in this one. Collins pushes forward. Doubles up, huge right hand into Teep. And Rhys calls him on, but he looks dazed. He does look dazed. Chad chooses not to finish. High, low, low again. This one is all but done, folks.
Charging forward on Rhys Lightning, wanted to give the crowd some absolute barnstorming punches.
My favourite is when he got absolutely brained with that uppercut, and we might see this towards the end, and he called him on just out of instinct. And I was like, don't call him on. Don't call him on. Look at this.
Beautiful
look here it goes.
combination.
And luckily, he falls out of the way of Collins, because Collins was really going to town there.
Yeah, stringing some very nice combos together. Was Chad? You see
that
that
uppercut is, that is just money.
Big Teep.
After 5 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision, where we find a unanimous decision winner. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner fighting out of the red corner, Chad the Shark Collins.